You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. I am Daniel.
I am Clint, and it's the Friday after Thanksgiving, which means you're happy.
You're full.
I'm happy.
You should be happy.
It means we watched all them football games, and we got more to watch. It means we ate all that food, and
we got more. Mm-hmm.
Today's episode is, by the way, brought to you by NetSuite. We'll talk about them here in a moment. But it's a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Daniel and I are here for all of it. We got Georgia Tech tomorrow in a sardine can stadium, which will be packed out with red. Get over there. Get on it this holiday weekend. Daniel and I have excited, nervous, don't sleep on for this game. We will be talking through, but I want to let you know this is for fans by fans. So if you're having that after Thanksgiving, long sleep in, and the kids are running about, going through whatever creeks and whatever hills they want, sliding down whatever mud infested hill, just let them do that. It's all fun. It's all great.
Talking to yourself right now?
Yeah, I am. I'm gearing myself up.
It's like a real therapy session going on over there.
Really is. Daniel and I started this podcast as fans and as therapy to each other. Get on YouTube, get on the podcast, listen to us after Thanksgiving. Have your family and friends listen to us. Watch us over on the YouTube. Subscribe. We're close to that 1,000 when us and John from John Tweets Sports and the Dog Dispatch will be doing a giveaway once we get to that 1,000. We're hoping before the Georgia Tech game, certainly before SEC game, we'll be giving that out. But we're glad you're here. Glad you are a fan just like us.
Yeah, so as Clint said, on Fridays we like to do what we're excited about, what we're nervous about, and what you might be sleeping on as it relates to this game. And so let's jump in, Clint. Let's not belabor the point. It's Georgia Tech. It's a rivalry game. It's filled with hate. It's filled with animosity.
All the hate.
George Pickens slammed a man's head into a wall the last time we played. And so now here we are again on the eve of the game. And I ask you, what are you excited about on Saturday?
Here's what I'm excited about. I'm excited for us to finish the season undefeated.
I shouldn't have let you go first.
Nope, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have, Daniel. I am excited to finish the regular season undefeated, heading into SEC championship undefeated, with a goose egg on the loss record for the first time most of y'all been alive. And since most of y'all been fans of UGA, we will complete a regular season before the championship, before the playoff run, without a single loss, nay, not a blip on the radar of our record. And that's what I'm excited about, Daniel.
Yeah, look, Georgia fans, just stop. If you are riding this wave,
okay,
then keep on keeping on and enjoy the season. As Clint has said, this is what we are excited about. It's what you should be excited about too. And let me just tell you, if you're looking for the wheels to fall off, if you're looking to complain about the quarterbacks, then just take a minute and breathe and watch your team go 12-0.
There it is.
With a trash quarterback, according to you. With a coach who doesn't know how to put the right personnel in I mean, listen, I know this is the vast minority of Georgia fans, but some of y'all have legitimate mental problems. Just enjoy this game. Soak it in. Your team is about to go 12-0. I'm excited for two things. Number one, I'm excited for Brock Bowers to get a couple more tuds. I'm excited for him to get into double digits. I'm excited get snubbed for the best tight end in college football on the award. He doesn't care. He's got two more seasons at Georgia after this one, Glenn.
Also, and by the way, really
Two
quick,
more seasons.
if you all want to be mad for any Georgia player that gets snubbed, like, go for it. Do you know who don't care? Kirby,
All Georgia players?
Dan, and all Georgia players don't
Sure.
care.
Don't care. I'm excited to watch the offense again, particularly Brock Bowers on Saturday. And then I'm excited one more time for this defense to go out and flex in the regular season. I do not expect a lot of points to be scored. I told you yesterday that Georgia Tech team total under. Take it. I do not expect Georgia Tech to sniff the end zone in this game. I do not expect them to look competitive. I do not expect them to cross the 50 very many times in this game. Okay? So, might we see Ladd McConkey return a few more punts in this game just to get him a couple more reps? Might we see the starters get rested early in this game as we saw against Charleston Southern? Might we see young Mr. Sorey maybe come into the game again and get a little more run? Which, by the way, you heard Kirby this week say he's not just a player in the future. We're trying to get him involved right now. By the way, behind the best 3 inside linebackers in college football. That's where he's trying to crack the depth charts. Tough place to play, but might see him a little bit in this game. I'm excited to watch it. It's the final regular season game. Every game after this, championship implications. Every game after this is a championship game.
Yep.
Okay? And so this is one last hurrah for a 12-0 season. Get excited, Georgia fans. All right, we'll be back to talk to you about what we're nervous about as we go into this game as soon as Clint tells you about the fine folks over at NetSuite.
This is it, the putt to win the tournament. If you sink it in, the championship is yours, but on the backswing, your hat falls over your eyes. Is this how you are running your business? Daniel's running the podcast like it right now. That's visibility.
Most of the time.
Poor visibility because you're still relying on spreadsheets, outdated finance software. To see the full picture, you need to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system to power your growth. With visibility and control over all your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more, NetSuite is everything you need to grow all in one place. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes, close your books in no time while staying well ahead of the competition. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control after upgrading to NetSuite. Over 27,000 businesses already use NetSuite, and right now, through the end of the year, NetSuite is offering one-of-a-kind finance program to anybody who's ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/lockedonnncaa. Head over to netsuite.com/lockedonnncaa for special end-of-year financing on the #1 financial system for growing business, netsuite.com/lockedonnncaa.
All right, Clint. We talked about what we're excited about. Now it's time to talk about what we're nervous about, and I will go first here.
Okay.
You know what separates, before I get in, this is this precursor to what I'm going to say that I'm nervous about. But I think this is worth saying because it's not something that we have harped on the pod a lot, and it deserves more time. You know what separates this Georgia team from Georgia teams in the past?
A lot of things.
A lot of things. One of those things, Clint, is discipline.
Yes, sir.
This Georgia team is, and Kirby's used the word a lot, this Georgia team, if you've been watching Georgia football for a while, as I have, and as many of you have, then you will know that discipline has often plagued the Georgia Bulldogs. They have been undisciplined. They have gotten costly, untimely penalties. They have done boneheaded, stupid things at key moments. And this Georgia team has avoided those things. They have been an incredibly disciplined team. Kirby's talked about their incredible focus, the incredible leadership that's on the roster. And so all of that gives me cause for optimism. But here's what I'm nervous about, Clint. Georgia Tech, nothing to lose in this game.
Nope.
Okay? I don't think that it's possible for them to compete with Georgia in this game. Okay? But what is possible is for this game to turn a little chippy. That is an entirely likely outcome of what
Yes,
could
sir.
happen in this game. People don't like being demoralized.
No,
That's
it's not
just
the
a
best game.
general rule of thumb. People don't like it when Big Brother comes into town and walks into your house and steps on your face, and that's it. That's what's going to happen on Saturday. And so I'm worried the game gets a little chippy. And then here's what I'm nervous about, Clint. Second half targetings. Second half targeting by a Georgia player.
I'm fine. No, I'm fine.
He seems fine, everybody.
I'm fine.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. He seems fine. A second half targeting, I don't have to tell you, Georgia fans, means a first half absence by a key defensive player in the Alabama game next week. Somebody loses their cool and somebody lowers the head. I don't know who it might be. It could be any number of people. I don't even predict that it would be anybody again because this team is incredibly disciplined. But when the game gets chippy, these are still 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old young men. And so that is something in a game like this that makes me incredibly nervous.
Well, get the pallets of all the buckets from all the places and pull them out.
Literally every play we're on defense, you kind of, in the second half, you have to hold your breath. If it's a first half targeting, fine.
Okay.
Don't care.
Sure.
Don't care. But a second half targeting by literally anyone, and it's a problem. It's a real problem.
I think the easy ones to talk about, nervous about, are the suspensions, the player ejections, the injuries, which we're not going to speculate too much on because we don't want that juju getting out of our mouth and being on video and on podcasts and then somebody coming back and saying, "Oh, you called so-and-so to get injured." I'm not even going to say a name. I'm not even going to give you a hypothetical. So no soundbite for you, ma'am, sir. Not going to happen. Here's what I'm nervous about, Daniel.
Okay.
I'm nervous for the look ahead, not from the team. This team is disciplined. This team is locked in. This team knows how to take care of business. I'm nervous for the look ahead and the continual conversation leading up to this game that is going to make me not enjoy the last regular season game in which I get to stomp on Georgia Tech. That's what I'm nervous about. Let me enjoy this. I am well aware we got Bama in 2 weeks. Well aware.
1 week and 1 day.
Correct. I understand that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not blind to it. I too am excited. I'm really excited to see if we can do repeat of last week, Senior Day in Athens, Jordan Davis conducting the band. But this is kind of like Senior Day Part B.
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
We will celebrate our own Senior Day. I believe they will honor the seniors of Georgia before the game.
Let me enjoy this. Let me take it in. Let me soak up the players. Let me see Smile. Let me see Lassiter. Let me see these players get in, get some run, get some play. I'm excited to see James Cook and Zamir White get back into form, running the ball on regular downs, on schedule. Let me enjoy it. Commentators, ABC, please don't come into my home with that smoke just yet. Next week, leading up to it, all the smoke. I'll take it all because I'm looking forward to it. But give me one more regular season that I can enjoy it. That's what I'm nervous about. I think I'll be able to do just fine, Daniel, but there it is.
I'm nervous that I'm going to spend the whole game thinking, oh, next week I have to listen to Gary Danielson for 4 quarters. So
if you all thought he talked about Alabama a lot when they weren't playing the games, he literally has them in front of him the entire game.
All right. Look, that's what we're nervous about. You've heard what we're excited about. Now we're going to tell you what you should not sleep on. First, I want to tell you about BetOnline.ag. They are your online sportsbook experts. They are the place to go to place every wager that you desire on college football. Clint told you yesterday, nothing goes better with Thanksgiving than betting. BetOnline.ag has every bet that you want to make this holiday season. And so get on over there. They've got a brand new desktop. They got a brand new mobile. And you can go right now, betonline.ag, enter the promo code Locked On. They're going to give you a 50% bonus on your initial deposit. That's free money that you can use to bet on college football, but also the NFL, also the NBA, college basketball, the NHL, boxing, lacrosse, hockey, whatever it is that you want to bet on. BetOnline.ag has it. Go there right now, enter the promo code Locked On, and get a 50% bonus on your initial deposit.
Also, want to let you know about Built Bar. Built Bar is the tastiest protein bars on planet Earth. I was remiss to remind everybody that if you haven't heard the pro tip, it's been a while since we gave this pro tip. Daniel and I talk about Built Bar a lot because they're the tastiest protein bar. It's a protein bar masquerading as a candy bar, or a candy bar masquerading as a protein bar. I don't know which one. Who's to say, Daniel?
Who cares?
Who cares? Put it in your mouth and be happy. Put it in your mouth
there
and
it is.
be happy. Pro tip from M-Dubs, who, by the way, M-Dubs, I know where you got this from, and I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. Not of the tip, of where you got it from. You go ahead. You reach out to us. Put them in the freezer.
Wow. Come on the podcast sometime, M-Dubs, if you really want. If you want to defend yourself, maybe bother to show your face on your own podcast. Call yourself an executive producer.
Built Bar, tastiest protein bar on planet Earth. They have a wide array of flavors, keto approved, pre-workout, post-workout, on the go, meal replacement, low in sugar, high in fiber, high in protein. BuiltBar.com right now. Put in the promo code LOCKEDON15. Get 15% off your entire order. Try the lemon cheesecake. It's delicious. Just had it tonight. That's BuiltBar.com. LOCKEDON15 for 15% off your entire order.
All right, Clint, what should the folks not sleep on? That's the question that we're asking now. Maybe people think they've got a handle on the game, think they're looking out for certain things, watching out for certain things. Maybe they're excited about something, they're nervous about something else. But what maybe are they not thinking about that they should be thinking about?
Don't sleep on this. I know we have every bit of anticipation of them being dominated by our defense because everybody has. We have all anticipation of our offense being a hot knife through butter because, again, we have. Don't sleep on this, though. Don't sleep on Georgia Tech having absolutely no offense. Looking forward to trying to make something in the quarterback room, looking for any source of hang your hat on at the end of the year. Daniel talked about getting chippy, which it probably will. But don't sleep on Georgia Tech trying to just absolutely huck it downfield multiple times. Their offense is not good. Their defense is even worse. Like, that's startling to say. But don't sleep on them just stepping back, hurling it up, and seeing what's come down. And with that being said, don't sleep on two things. They're going to connect on a few or get PI calls and get to the 50 because, somebody didn't turn their head around. Also, don't sleep on multiple interceptions this game. And not from pressure. Pressure is going to get there, as it always does for UGA. But I'm talking just the absolute lame duck, hucking it up and seeing who comes down with it. And most often it's going to be us. So somebody getting their first pick of the season might come.
You ready for a shot call, Clint? You calling a shot right now? Dan Jackson's the name. Dan Jackson.
I'm glad you
said Dan Jackson interception. That's the shot call right there.
Love it, Daniel.
Yeah, I like that. I was gonna say something. It's interesting. You came out. They're gonna throw the ball downfield. They might connect on a few. Bit of a negative. Don't sleep on. I spun into a positive.
Yep.
I was gonna kind of also say something similar. I think the expectation, Georgia fans, is we're gonna run this team, and I think we are. Don't sleep on a bit of a slow start, Georgia fans. I would not be surprised if maybe the offense sputters a little bit coming out of the gate. I don't think the defense – it's just hard to imagine the defense sputtering coming out of the gate, but maybe even they sputter a little bit. Don't sleep on a bit of a slow start. I'm not saying we get into a massive hole or anything, but don't sleep on maybe a punt start to the game, and then all of a sudden maybe Georgia gets some things rolling. But don't sleep on multiple 100-yard receivers
Here we go.
in this game.
Yeah. You got names on those 200 yards?
I could throw out several names that I think have got a legit shot at 100 yards. The name you have to start with is Jermaine Burton, because when Jermaine Burton gets out of bed healthy, he's a threat for 100 yards.
Yes, sir.
And then, could this be another Ladd McConkey game?
Ladd's my name. Ladd's my name I lead out with.
Could it be? Also,
yes.
Don't sleep on there being a point in the game, maybe multiple points in the game, where Todd Monken is just plastering his play sheet up on the window. just putting it up on the Jumbotron for Geoff and the entire Georgia Tech coaching staff to see. And the play sheet just says, we're going to force the ball to Darnell Washington now. Watch us do that. Don't sleep on those kind of moments in this game. There's no question that Kirby and the coaching staff are taking this game seriously. They have to. You have to take every game seriously. People lose games all the time. Ask Oklahoma, who loses to crap teams every year. Ask, all of college football. So you have to take these games seriously. There's also no question that when this game is out of hand, you try to show things to Alabama. You are playing a game within the game.
Because if you put it on film, Alabama has to spend time watching it and then has to spend time practicing against it. They must. It's due diligence. They
must. So you're going to see people lined up all over the field.
Yes, sir.
Just people. You're going to see motions on offense that you may not have seen all season. I'm not saying we're going to run a bunch of crazy, weird trick play concepts. I'm just going to say a guy like Darnell Washington, maybe he hasn't been featured a lot in this game. You're going to see the ball get thrown to him 2, 3, 4 times in a row.
Speed option with that satellite coverage or that satellite motion where Ladd McConkey comes in the backfield and then loops around Stetson and they do speed option.
I'm sorry, James Coley is not the offensive coordinator anymore, so that is not.
Which is why it will be called, because what Todd Monk is going to say is, what was that stupid play y'all ran 2 years ago? What was that?
That's not a speed option with Stetson is actually something they might show Alabama, but they might save for That's a play they might just say, no, we're not going to do that in this game because we haven't done it all year. And Alabama can't stop the quarterback run. Do you think Kirby's known that all season?
They can't tackle anyone.
Do you wonder if Kirby's known about that little dynamic?
Do you have a counter, Kirby? You got a counter you can run? Do you know it?
Hard to say. Do we run counters? I don't even know if we run counters, Clint.
I don't know.
All right. Clint, it's an exciting time to be a Georgia Bulldog fan.
Oh, it is.
It's an exciting weekend of college football. Hope you enjoy it. We will be back next week. It's SEC championship game next week. We will have a full week of coverage. We're bringing out an all-star panel of guests. We're pulling out all the stops.
This is news.
This
is news to me
for the SEC championship game. So M-Dubs is probably going to buy Clint and I tickets. We'll be flying down to Atlanta. We'll be broadcasting live from Atlanta. These are things that I'm hearing. I don't know if there's any truth to them.
People are talking.
People are talking. You can't hide money is all we're trying to say. Join us next week for that. Enjoy the Georgia Tech game, and we will see you guys next week.